Let's get some sound on. I forgot to put the sound on.
Well, I was waiting for the first comment. No sound. No sound.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to another edition of the Ohm Service. It is April. It feels like October. It is blooming cut. We had snow the other day.
Oh, yes.
We had snow. It was the most craziest day. It was gorgeous sunshine, wind, snow. Gorgeous sunshine, wind, snow. It was weird. What's happening? What's happening? This con about global warming, it's blooming freezing.
You ain't kidding. I went to drop the kids' Easter eggs off on Tuesday. And as I walked in, I could tell how much the kids had actually looked out the window that day because, oh my God, it's snowing.
It's snowing.
Most of the afternoon.
Yes, unfortunately, Betty is not with us. He is not feeling very well. So if he's watching, big fist bump and huggles to you, kiddo. We're sorry that you're not here. But yes, he's not feeling very well, so he's not with us today. So, first of all, hello to everybody on the replay. Hello. So you're going to say hello to people in chat, sir?
I certainly am. Certainly am. In the participants list, we have Andy Summers. Good evening.
Good evening.
Geezer called BFG, whoever he is. Bill Richards. Evening, dude. Chris Doyle. Hello. Dawn W. Dion78. Dude. We've got Flashy 1221. Nice to see you, Flashy. Free Rider Vapor. Jay's Vape Reviews. Good evening, Mr. Anderson. Good evening, sir. Net Reality. How you doing? Some geezer called Nightbot. Yeah. Rian. Good evening. That SoulOhm's in again.
Yeah, but that Nightbot is a good one.
Is he?
Yeah, that Nightbot's really good.
He'll do. We have the ever wonderful Tammy. Good evening, Tammy. Uggles. Vaping Pasty. Good evening, Dawn. And finally, but by no means least, we have Vapor Queen Becky. Good evening, and Uggles. And extra Uggles for Dawn as well.
Extra Uggles.
Vaping Pasty. Yes, we didn't. How rude.
Yes, on the Nightbot, I put it in chat. I've done two reviews of the Boss Juice on the channel. And it was a company called redboxvape.com that sent the juices over. They've given me a discount code, so I thought I'd include it on the Nightbot. So it'll be coming up. I believe it's SoulOhm /reviews 20. Get 20% off, so I thought I'd share it out.
Good evening, Des. Sorry, mate.
Fist bump, Des.
Missed you off the list. I don't think we missed anybody else. I'm just scrolling up now. Net Reality, we've got him. Wayne Sterling. Good morning, sir.
Hello, Wayne.
I do apologise, Wayne. We missed you off there, dude. That's sure. Sort my ear out. What do you mean, sort my ear out?
You've got a Luger on it, dangling. Essence of Vapes. Fist bump.
No, that's my earrings.
Oh, is that an earring? It looks like a Luger or something hanging.
No, don't think so.
Oh, cheers, Chris Doyle. Yeah, that's it. Redboxvape.com. You get 20% discount or using the code SoulOhm /reviews 20. So I thought I'd slap it in there.
Essence of Vapes, good evening. And Bill is with us.
Bill.
The chair is in.
Fist bump to Bill.
He obviously found his way off the golf course, then.
Hey, yeah, the new golfing season starts, doesn't it?
Yes. Actually, he's probably welded in front of the telly, is he?
Not that I know anything about golfing, but I noticed it on the news.
Indeed. Well, this evening, because we have a lack of Stevie, and because of what we did last week with Stevie, which was, to be fair to him, put him on the spot.
We kind of did, didn't we?
It was the roast of Stevie.
Well, I think it was one of those things. Stevie's very, very reserved, should we say, about his talents.
Modest, I think is the phrase. Yes.
And it was nice to bring it out because, to be honest with you, it is actually really interesting what he does. And he's got a right little talent.
You're not kidding. I mean, we weren't kidding when we said a porter stand is recognisable anywhere.
Mm. Oh, yeah.
Kev, good evening, dude. Aloha. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, Jasper Huggles. Sorry, Stevie.
Huggles to Jasper.
Of course. Are you not at work tonight then, mate? So did he finally come clean about his size? I say.
No.
No. You have to ask Jules about that one.
Yeah, about his size.
We are gentlemen. We don't discuss such things.
No.
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 Cheers for that, Chris. Just a quick reminder, if you enjoy what you see tonight, just hit the thumbs up. It does help the channel out immensely. How tall he is. He's huge. Giant amongst men is Stevie. Thought I'd pop in before I hit that. Oh, cheers, Essence.
Cheers,
Appreciate
buddy.
it. So, this evening, it's almost a Sunday, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? Almost a Sunday.
For those of you that used to watch Tales from the Ohm, it's back. Oh, Steve's at work, but apparently Jasper still loves his huggles.
Too right.
Oh, bless you, Jasper. He's a little sweetie.
Oh, he's gorgeous.
So, something a bit different tonight, because it's not very often I do this. Because normally it's Mr. SoulOhm that roasts people, should we say. We're not dirty-minded. Just a little soiled.
Sorry, yeah, we are dirty-minded, yeah.
So
we're 6-year-old school kids. Never grown up. Honest, sir, you were him.
Hey, if you haven't grown up by the time you're 50, you don't have to.
Cool.
Farts are still funny. Wheel spins are still cool.
Yep.
What can I say?
What more can we say?
Oh, the thought of it. Indeed. So, if you... Mark's... Thank you, Bill. If you've been keeping an eye on Mark's posts, you'll know there's been a little bit... Well, there was a post that seemed to cause a little kerfuffle.
Oh, that was
and this was down. Kerfuffle, yes, it's wonderful. Kerfuffle. Mark has recently demonetized the YouTube channel. And there is some very good reasons for this. Most of it being... A little soiled. I tried adult once. Worst half hour of my life. Thank you, boys.
I like that one. Growing old is compulsory. Growing up is optional. Yep, I like that one.
There's wives across the country going, oh, hell yes. So, but...
This show without a good coating of smut is like a sausage with no meat.
Mr. Evans, are you calling us vegan?
Oh, bless you.
A little smut, yes. I'd go for smut. We try not to be too OTT, but we do get a little carry on now and again.
Yeah.
I say. So, Devil, Dino, dude. Can't beat a good sausage. Indeed, Essence. Can't. I say.
All right.
Hey, Dom, I'm getting my first home cooked meal tomorrow. My good lady, so I'm looking forward to this. Bless her. It's normally me that cooks, so I've got to give up control in the kitchen, which is... Oh, Dion, you're not kidding, mate.
Yeah.
The white hair. Nobody warned you about the white hairs.
Oh, no. Nobody warned you about that one. No.
I mean, your first chest white hair is. Ooh. That's a scary one.
And Dean's got a good sausage by all accounts because he's
You
beaten
can
his.
beat a good sausage. Dean, I thought you had people for that being vape famous. The official CBW.
Adam, Facebook.
Adam, good evening, sir. Right, so back to where we started. The demonetization of the channel. Now, I didn't realize Mark's just been filling me in before the show. As bad as that sounds. The amount that YouTube actually give you is ridiculous.
They take 30%.
So they take 30%.
They take 30%, yeah.
So in the 3 years that the channel's actually been monetized, and I think I'm going to let the gentleman himself.
Oh, I've earned £124
There you are.
in 3 years, and that's including super chats as well.
So if you work that out, that's less than 40. It's less than £1 a week. Yeah. And some weeks on the super chat, people have been incredibly generous. So it's just crazy. Ian, good evening, sir. Good to see you, dude. So you're rich. You're rich. We are, Bill.
Oh, yeah, totally rich. Yeah. So, I mean, I was talking to, obviously, my brother Aidan, little bro, about it and everything. And I've been umming and ahhing about it for a good 6 months, to be honest with you. And it's so like the adverts are getting more and more and more. I watched a replay of the Ohm Service, and there was 5 adverts in it. In the actual show, there was 1 at the beginning, 3 in the middle, and 1 at the end. So that's 5 adverts that they were putting into, obviously, the replay of this show. Plus, obviously, I'm getting adverts at the front of mine, at the end of mine as well. If I'm only doing like a juice review, if I'm doing anything longer than 10 minutes, they're slapping 1 in the middle there as well. And it's sort of like, I don't know about you guys, but watching all these adverts is just getting annoying. Completely annoying. Now, the only reason why I monetized the actual channel was, in the beginning, was so that YouTube would push the videos. But obviously, what with being vape channel, they don't like that. So they've restricted the ads that will go on me videos. So we get restricted on that. We get restricted on the actual monetization money-wise. And I thought, well, what's the point? What is the point?
And there we are. Now, so let's just clear this one up now. We are not coming off YouTube.
No, I'm not coming off YouTube.
There was 1 or 2 comments that people were obviously a little concerned, to say the least. Bless them. It was lovely to see as well.
It was lovely to see, yeah. I mean, thank you to everyone that commented. But no, I'm not leaving YouTube. I've just literally demonetized the channel completely. So there's no adverts whatsoever. I mean, the hoops that you have to jump through. When you upload a video on the back end of YouTube, you've got to basically verify your channel. So you've got to verify that it's not for children. That's for starters. Then you have to go into another one where it's got different sections of if it's dangerous acts, it's got drug related and things like that. And you have to go through all these different criterias to hit, to record. And then you have to double check it. Now they've just added on another section that you have got to prove that you are verifying that there's no dangerous acts and all that lot on your video. And it was sort of like, it's getting ridiculous. So it's sort of like, I'm just a vape reviewer, nothing more than nothing less. But it's the way that they're doing it. On the section, it's sort of like, because the class vaping as a drug, same as tobacco and everything else, you have to put down that obviously it's educational, you're not glorifying drugs and all that lot, and you have to put all this information in. And it's sort of like, is it really blooming worth it all the time for your video not to be promoted by YouTube, and you lot just get annoyed by silly ads?
Yeah.
BFG. I nearly said BFG. Danny, fist bump.
No, I mean, I've been vaping about coming up 3.5 years now. I've never had the munchies off a vape, so I'm a little disappointed if people have. And the sort of us sat there one night with a teddy bear going, show us where the nasty man touched you.
Yeah.
No, it's not going to happen, kiddies. But I'm going to ask you now, because you've had a cracking idea.
Well, the idea was, I've got to thank Adam, Retro Vapes. He's started doing it, and it's the buymeacoffee.com, and I thought that was a really cool idea, because I was looking on Patreon, and to be honest with you, me personally, I just don't kind of trust it. It's got some good things about it, and it's got a lot of bad things about it, and they're a bit twitchy when it comes to vaping. And I don't want to end up again with another site that's going to start restricting me because I'm vaping. So it was sort of like, Now, I work full time. I'm a busy worker. So what I do on YouTube as reviewing side of it and doing this live show and that, I am pushing myself to the limit of how much I could do. So going down the... Cough, cough.
Dino's mentioned PayPal me a couple of times now, just to PayPal me.
It's another thing I'm going to have to look into. So I was looking down the Patreon route, and to be honest with you, I don't think, me personally, I could expect somebody to patron me per month for virtually the same amount of content that I would be doing anyway, if that makes sense. I think it would be unfair to ask for somebody to donate whatever it is per month. So I thought the buy me a coffee, or even having a look at the PayPal me cough idea. So it was sort of like, yeah, that's where I'm at the moment.
That sounds good. Essence, good evening. See you later. Thanks for joining us, dude.
Thanks for joining us, kid. Alarm at 4 a.m.
Oh, Jesus.
I remember them days.
That's the nicest offer I've had all evening, Dino. Slide into your DMs, I say. But, I mean, I just want to make this clear to folks, because it sounds like we're sort of saying, oh, pay us. Not the case. Never anything about the money. It's literally just supporting stuff, because obviously we use Zoom and all the rest, and times is hard for everybody.
See, that's another reason why I didn't really want to go down the Patreon route, is because let's face it, we're just coming through a pandemic.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like, money's tight. Top and bottom of it, money's tight. And it's so like, you can only be a patron to so many channels.
This is it. So what do you choose? You know. Now, speaking of tight, and money's tight, I did notice the other day, if you haven't already tried Rochford Project, now is the perfect time. I went onto the website, less than £10 a bottle. And you are looking at some fantastic... There's also a 3-bottle for 25 quid offer. So if you've not tried Rochford Project, get yourself across there now, because this is superb. Honest, those juices are to die for. And I'm not exaggerating. Dawn was with me the other day. We ended up watching Mark's Crimson Seed review, and I happened to have a bottle. And when your beloved sits there on the sofa and the first words out of her mouth after a pull off the dripper is, "Ooh, you bugger."
There you
know it's good. perfect jam tart. Crimson Seed is probably the closest thing you're going to get to getting crumbs on your lap without actually eating something.
I'd still go for lemon lush.
See, lemon lush still isn't my favourite.
I'm lemon lush.
The raspberry milk. Easy Bill, that's my good lady you're talking about. She's an angel. That sounds wrong. No, it doesn't. And Flashy, thank you for that. Get your willies out and go on OnlyFans. I don't think the world's ready for that yet. We would appeal to a particular market, which is quite small.
Simon, big fist bump.
Simon, dude, how you doing? So, last couple of weeks, we've seen some new faces in. So I thought tonight would be a perfect time for them to get to know a little bit about their tame SoulOhm.
Okay.
Yes, I think so. So as far as the Buy Me a Coffee goes, keep your eyes peeled. There will be more stuff coming up.
Well, I think the Buy Me a Coffee is a good one. It's so like you can support, but you're not committed to a monthly subscription type thing.
This is it. If you want to, and
you can do.
You can just hit the button and fire a bit. To me, to be honest, I find that more appealing than the idea of the super chat. So
yeah, I do.
Yeah. Oh, Chris likes it slightly twisted from Rochford. Again, I like it, but I'd still rather kill for a bottle of raspberry milk because that is gorgeous. Sizes and everything. Flashy, what are you trying to say, mate? I'll have you know we're balancing here.
Buggles to Colette.
Oh, Colette. Good evening. Bless. I haven't seen you for a while, Colette. Oh. In fact, I'm trying to think. Was it Colette we bumped into at the expo? With Andy?
I think so.
Yeah. That was a while back.
Expo, it has been a while.
So, chat, here's your chance. Is there anything you want to know about the cuddly wonderfulness that is SoulOhm? The music, the man, the mystery.
There ain't none. Sod off. The mystery.
The enigma that is SoulOhm. So I'm going to kick this one off because we've done the why did you start and all the rest because we know a lot of us know that story. Yeah. And if you go back to one of the first videos, there's a hell of a difference visually. Cheers, Dino. PayPal me, was it?
9 inches around my head.
Macro cameras are great. Ask Victor. Please, no need. Leave the wee man alone. So.
And how's the 3D printing going? Still watching YouTube videos at the present moment. That's as far as it's got. But I'm one of these people. If I get into something, I really like to get into something. So I'm learning as much as I can about it first before I start giving out the cash.
They're not cheap either.
I'm at Retford, Simon.
There we are. See, there was a mystery solved.
Mystery solved. Yes, I'm at the Retford store on Saturday and Sunday.
You'll be signing mod boxes. Gonna have to cause some confusion when you start doing that. Who's this SoulOhm bloke? Mind you, did have a nice story the other day from Gainsborough, didn't you?
Yeah, I was dealing with a customer, and obviously they've got a stand at the door. They actually can't come into the shop, but he was stood at the door, and he wanted a new mod setup and everything. So I was sorting his setup, and he kept on saying, he says, "I know your face." He says, I can't think where I know your face." Because obviously I look a little bit different. People think I'm a lot taller than what I am. I'm not very tall. And I sorted him out a mod, and then we got on to Juice. He says, "Honestly," he says, "I do know you." He says, "Where do I know you from?" Anyway, he got to the point where he was about to give me his card to pay for his stuff. He goes, "Yo, SoulOhm!" He says, "I've been watching you for years." He says, "I remember when you used to have long hair." So yeah, that was nice.
And the beanie. Don't forget the beanie. For those that haven't been watching for a while, the beanie used to be the trademark, didn't it, mate?
Yeah, I used to wear the beanie all the time. Because, any wonder? You see the state of this thing.
One from Dawn. What continues to pique your interest in all things vaping?
What piques my interest in vaping? That's a very good question. At the present moment in time, I wouldn't say there's any mod or anything like that that's so like really grinding my juices, but it's more the community than all else.
Oh,
I know that sounds all soft and mushy and like that. You know, it's you guys. That's what piques my interest at the moment.
To be honest, I mean, I think that's what's kept us going through this lockdown, isn't it?
It has. It's the community. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I work at a vape shop now, and I love the helping people bit. Absolutely love that to pieces. Especially when you get someone who's new into vaping or just wants to start vaping. It's great. So yeah, I like them. I mean, I got really giddy a few weeks back when somebody wanted me to put a build in their RDA. I was like, yeah.
Finally! You got coil for this?
Oh God, no.
Oh, bless you, Bill. Dawn says good answer, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Well, yeah, honestly, it is. I mean, at the present moment, the vaping industry is a bit... Nah, there's nothing... Oh, I won't mind getting my hands on that, or there's nothing really grabbing me hardware-wise at the present moment.
There's not a lot. To be honest, I've been going back through the last sort of releases just before lockdown and sort of looking at stuff and thinking, right, now the price is down. What grabs me fancy? And there's not a lot.
I've got to admit, there isn't. We've seemed to hit this really big... I mean, it might just be me, but I think we've just hit a real big lull at the moment.
I think
there doesn't seem to be anything out there at the moment.
The Drag 3 is the only new release that sort of got me thinking, I might grab one of them. Oh, there you go. Why did you start reviewing, and where do you see yourself in 12 months? He's having a flashback, bless him.
I know. Dean, no. Oh, dear. Well, it's a good point, that, though. Where do you see yourself in 12 months' time?
Go on, then.
That is an interesting and something I haven't really thought about, because it's sort of like, you normally see these self-help YouTubers on videos, and it's sort of like, oh, this is how to get X amount of subscribers, or this is how to get X amount of views and that. Where do I see my channel? I'm hoping I can grow as good as I have been doing, but it's sort of like, I'm enjoying sort of like this calming effect that I've got. I'm not into the kind of thing. I'm just trying to get me every video that I do, especially on the hardware, I'm trying continuously to get that camera looking better. So I'm trying to get that better. That's what I'm trying to do in the next 12 months. Get me camera work better.
You've always been a bloody perfectionist. If you want to meet SoulOhm's harshest critic, he's sat in the chair in front of the camera.
I am. I'm terrible, honestly. But I enjoy it. I've got to admit, I still, even though blooming it, in August of this year, I've been reviewing 6 years.
And you still look so young.
I've been reviewing for 6 years. It's so like, wow. But I still enjoy it. I really do. Obviously, I don't put out as many videos as I used to do because literally time. But I still enjoy it. And I still enjoy doing my editing. I could spend hours upon hours just sat editing. And it's that I enjoy the most.
Yeah. I think that's how you get sucked in, though. I mean, when we started the podcast, learning how to do the podcast was probably one of the funniest things we've done for a while. When we put the website up, and Gordon Bennett, we had a couple of late ones on that one.
We had a good giggle of that one.
I'd just get something built on the web page, and then Mark would be like, "Can we just?"
That's the only problem when you've got. I had loads and loads of different ideas, and it's so like it was handy because you could implement what my ideas were. And it just worked a treat. Hey up, me duck.
It was still 1 o'clock in the morning by the time we got finished.
Oh yeah, I mean, let's face it. The first version of the website looked more like a goth rock page.
It was good though.
I enjoyed it.
So if you want to, we ought to set up an OnlyFans startup service.
Yeah.
Flashy, you've given me an idea, son. Bill says the inner consensus is an interesting concept and does seem to improve the flavour. Genuinely different tech.
The one our Aiden were playing around with, I forget the one that actually vibrates your coils. I thought that was quite interesting as well.
What, the ultrasonic idea?
No, it's not the ultrasonica, no. It's another one. I forget who it's by. Our Aiden will be able to tell you. But what it does, it vibrates your coil to clean it. Well, by all accounts, it's supposed to make your coils last a hell of a lot longer.
Oh, that's a cracking idea. Fee, good evening.
Fee.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I think the next big thing, if you will be the little thing.
I think it's going to be the little things that are changing. I think the longevity of your coils is a thing now.
Yeah, I mean, they seem to have got the rebuildable stock coil down pat. I mean, Watofo's SMRT coil, that is a corking bit of kit.
Oh, yeah.
It's so easy to use.
That's it, the Census. Use the AC to improve the coil life.
All mods are DC at the minute. Yeah. That's interesting. Ooh, I'll have to have a read on that one. That one, I missed that.
Yeah, it was quite interesting. There's another mod that's recently come out, and by all accounts, it's 15-minute charging.
Give me a set of externals every day, mate.
Yeah, I know, but 15 minutes is 15 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah, but give me a set of externals and a...
but you've got to remember, we're the hobbyists, not the general public.
Yeah, I can see where
a lot of people that I come across aren't fussed about external batteries. They're not fussed about rebuilding tanks. They just want to stock home and plug and play. That's it.
Yeah. Geek Vapopolis.
Yeah, that's it. 15-minute charging.
Yeah, I mean, Dawn uses a Coolfire 4. Yeah, internal battery. And up until the weekend, she was using, what's it called? tiny little rechargeable anyway.
Coco.
The what, mate?
Coco.
Yeah, the Coco. As a backup. So when she was charging the coal fires, she was
It's
onto
a
the Coco.
bit of a divil, in it, when I know what your missus is vaping on.
So my head's a shed. So we've sorted that one. So now she's got an Aegis X with a Freemax Pro on top, and he's well happy, bless her. But what she has noticed, and it was a comment she made, the externals take so long to charge compared to the packs. Yeah.
Well, if you're getting something like the sensors, which is only going to take you 15 minutes, it's a no-brainer, isn't it?
Now, is that a pod or is that a 510?
No, that's a mod.
Yeah, is it a proper 510?
Yeah,
or is it
it's a proper mod.
No, cool. I mean, that was the one thing I liked about the drag 3 that I spotted. Looks very much like the X, same sort of faux leather and all the rest of it, but it's a two external battery mod. It's a proper drag.
Yeah.
Gene 2 in it, what's not to like?
See, that's all right for us type of vapors. But for the average Joe blogs, they don't want all that messing about.
No.
They really do. Honestly, I am so surprised how little they want. Most people that vape haven't got a clue what coil it is. They haven't got a clue. They don't even know what the mod's called. Honestly, you would swear blind that people would be like us. They know what coils they have. They know what juice they have. They know everything about it. Most people don't. You would be so surprised. The amount of people that says, "Can I have a coil for that?" What coil is it, sir? Well, I don't know. The amount, honestly, is unbelievable. The amount of people that come to the shop. Can I have a coil for this? The Drag X or the Drag S, for argument's sake. You turn around to them and say, "Can I have a coil for me drag?" They know what it is. Yep, no worries. Which coil would you like? Just a coil for it, and that's what we get. So I says, like we sell, the 0.2, 0.4, and 0.8. I says, what ohms do you want? Oh, I don't know. So I turn around to him. You have to say, look, fire it, and he'll tell you what ohms it is that you're using. Oh dear, it's unbelievable how many people do that. It's unbelievable. You'd be so surprised.
There's an interesting little thread in chat at the minute. Help Me Ducks just it'll reduce battery longevity. Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why I think that's where some of the companies will go, because you've got an inbuilt LiPo battery. Once that goes, forget it. You're getting a new device. I mean, I'm a tight sod. That's why I like external batteries. I'd rather pay 20 quid.
Mark H. He got a phone call the other day for a Smoker SO coil.
Oh, bless you, Mark.
I got asked last year. It was brilliant. I were in Retford. Me and Kirsty were working together before, in between lockdowns it was. And I had a bloke come in. He said we're after a universal coil.
A universal? Right.
Yeah, one that fits anything. He's so like, I dream of a universal coil.
And to be honest, Watofo are the only one that are coming close to it.
Yeah, they are.
And if they keep it up, honest to God, best thing they ever did was buy out, what do you call them? The firm that Watofo bought out.
Who did they buy out?
Was known for the coils.
Off.
Yeah.
Off.
Best thing they ever did. They've come out with more innovative stuff since they did that. Absolutely brilliant. And like I say, that SMRT coil kit.
Yeah, I think it's
$9.99. Fits PMPs, fits GTX coils. And what a vape.
Yeah.
It's cracking. And you still get that. I made this. You know?
And it's so simple to use as well. I mean, it's not hard. But honestly, even though that is as innovative, I can get that word out, as it is, majority of people are not interested.
No.
You would be, honestly, you would be so surprised how uninterested people are.
Yeah.
That what surprises me more than anything else working in a vape shop is how people treat vaping. The average vapor treats vaping like they used to treat a cigarette. They go to a supermarket, they buy the packet of fags, buy the paper, and that's it. That's about as much interest as they've got in vaping.
But you would seriously think you're breathing this stuff in, you're taking this into your body. You want to know what the hell you're doing.
Not really, no. I disagree with you, because let's face it, when you were having a fag, you didn't think that, did you? You just had a fag. It's only because
the anger management. No, I knew what I was getting into eventually.
Mark H, what's that Aspire ones? Are they calling it the rear? Our Aiden's just done a review of it, the Aspire rear.
Cheeky.
I mean, why would you call a mod a rear? I've got the Aspire ear.
I'm waiting for the Geek Vape tea bag.
They totally do, Bill. Yeah, I mean, blooming it, the basic Nautilus 1.6 BVC coil, we sold loads of them. Absolutely. I would say that they are the mainstay.
The TFV8. God, I've not had
Yeah,
one of
we
them.
still sell them and all.
Oh, I mean, when Don pulled out that baby beast, I was stunned. I didn't realise it would last that long. Yeah.
Honestly, I find it totally fascinating. Absolutely fascinating with people, how they treat vaping. The average person. We're not talking about us like that's watching the show now and you and me, because we're hobbyists. And we like to get into the behind the scenes of vaping. It's like me, I'm a big mech head. I love my mechs. I love building an RDA or a tank. I love doing that. I love that hands-on building the coils, making the actual coils, all that kind of stuff. And then you've got people like in chat that are really into the DIY side of it. But the average vapor, no, totally different.
I mean, that's another area I can see growing after the lockdown, and that's the home mixers. I think that's coming back into fashion.
It's getting more popular, yeah.
The interest in it is incredible. You know, and if you've not seen it, I mean, there's Graham's and Benny's show, isn't there? That's an absolute corker. If you want to start sort of dipping your toe into home mixing, cracking show to watch.
Oh, it
cracking
is.
show. But I mean, best thing he ever did was get into the hobbyist side. I'd agree with you, Gav, but my wallet's screaming no. Because with the hobbyist side comes shiny lighters.
Hey up, me dog. We still sell Inikin T18s, T18Es, T20s.
Yeah.
Got plenty of people that still buy them.
It's amazing how many people do buy T18s.
CE5s, still sell them.
Really?
CE5s. We even still sell CE4s.
Jesus.
People still, you get certain people, that's what they like, and that's what they're going to stick with. I mean, you take my dad, for instance. My dad, he's got a Nautilus. He's got the original Nautilus. He's got the big one. Not the Nautilus Mini, the big one. And he's been on that with the Cool Fire. He's been vaping, I've been vaping 10 years. He's been vaping about 8.5, 9 years. It works for him, and he's happy with that. He's not bothered about what else. That works for him, and as long as it works for him, that's it. And that is your average vapor.
And Gav's just said I haven't bought a mod in 6 months, so I'd have to disagree. No, that's fair enough, Gav. I think a lot of it is because I went from Joe Average got into the hobbyist side, and then obviously bumped into Market Expo. And then my interest in the range of stuff sort of grew. Plus, Mark got me into mechs. So, speaking of which, I was fondling my battle axe the other day. Oh, I've got to strip her down and give her a good clean. She's a dirty girl. I can't stop buying RDs.
I mean, Daniel will know because he works in a vape shop as well.
Yeah. We still
honestly,
sell 16 tanks and coils.
I tell you what, honestly, and Daniel can back me up, and Mark H can back me up on this one. The reality of vaping, from being the hobbyist, like what we do, and the actual average vapor, we are worlds apart, completely worlds apart.
I think the pods have changed it a lot as well.
Mm.
Because that entry into the hobbyist side is a lot harder now because people are used to stock coils. They're not used to having to build. And I mean, Christ, I still remember getting excited about Claptons. You know, when somebody introduced me to the more exotic wires.
The more exotic wires.
Yes.
It's true. I mean, I remember when that were a big fad. Nowadays, it's not. Even down to things like that, it's not a big fad.
I still remember getting excited when my first set of Juggernauts appeared.
Oh, God, yeah. I remember first Juggernauts. Ooh.
Oh, big boys. I mean, the glass RDA, I came across that. When I moved, a load of stuff had just gone into a box and I'd never got around to looking at it. And I came across the glass. Well, that was it. It's washed. It was pampered. It was stripped. I rebuilt it the other night. Oh, it was like saying hello to an old friend. It was fabulous.
It's how things are, though. You just can't believe how worlds apart we are. So you can understand when we start getting back to about the industry, nothing's really changing. You can understand why it's not really changing.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, and maybe this is something we should seriously think about as the hobbyist after lockdown, is looking at getting the vape night. You know, the vape nights you used to get in your local vape shop, the indie shops. Nobody does them anymore.
It's funny you should talk about that. I was at Gainsborough about a week ago, and the guy he's a regular, comes in all the time, and we were sat talking that we can't wait for lockdown to end and everything, and people can start coming back in shops and things like that. And I turned around to him, I says, do you know what I miss? I says, I miss the meets.
Yeah.
He goes, oh God, he says, once upon a time, he says, Gainsborough area, he says, there used to be 5 or 6 people here all the time. And you'd be sat here having a vape, having a coffee. You'd be showing him your device. You'd be showing him your device. This new juice has come out. Oh, he says, all that lot's gone. It's just disappeared.
And I think that's because we let it. A lot of it moved online to YouTube and the likes, rather than the grassroots. Because, I mean, when I first started vaping, there was a shop in town. And it was more of a hangout for the local vapors. But you knew if you walked in there and you asked a question, I'd get 5 or 6 different answers. Or somebody would suddenly pull out a building kit and show me how to do it. You know.
And that's what the camaraderie was, though, wasn't it? It was sort of like, I'll show you how to do this. And it was all that new. I think it's because it was new. But it was sort of like, I was from the ilk of originally when vaping first, I wouldn't say I was there at the beginning, but I was there before it became mega popular. And it was so like we were drilling out holes in his RDAs so you could get clouds. We were making mech mods at the time so you could get proper cloudage and all that lot. Whereas it was so like the best juice that you could get was Hang Sang juice, and it was so like, 70 PG and 30 VG. It was so like, and then all of a sudden we started getting all the American juices in, and we sort of went crazy over them. But that's so like across the board, it's changed.
Mark, the father of vaping. There's a nice one from May Up Me Ducky. I've always said I'd never bother with mechs, and now I own a Purge Catalyst and 2 Kennedys en route.
Nice one.
Good time for the Kennedys.
Not good time for Kennedy themselves.
No, but good time to get the Kennedys in. They will be becoming a rare beast.
I mean, in the 10 years that I've been vaping, the industry's changed so much.
So what's the biggest change you've seen?
How easy it is.
Yeah?
How easy. I mean, compared to when we first started vaping, you can go and get a really good, decent vape now, most anywhere. Whereas when I first started vaping, there weren't even vape shops. The only place you could get any vape gear was online. Well, I tell a lie. You could get sort of like your pen style cigalikes from Tesco's and places like that, because that's where obviously I found out about vaping. But to get something like this, they just, no, you couldn't get hold of them. The only place you could get hold of them was if you went online.
Or you knew somebody that built them.
I mean, I always remember when I first started vaping, I ended up getting in touch with a lad called James Duckworth from Wales, and he used to run a company called Smoking Angel.
Yeah.
And I'm still friends with him now. He does e-cigarette direct, it's called now. And they did the first cigarettes that you could recharge in what looked like a cigarette packet. So it had a battery on the inside of it. So you had one that you was smoking and one in there charging. And it was him. Yeah, that was back in, 2011? So we got friends, and we stayed friends, and then it was sort of like, obviously you wanted to advance, and it's sort of like, then all of a sudden there's sort of like your C4 started coming out and things like that. But I was using both Cartomizers at the time. I mean, even the Bow Cartomizers, we used to get a little device. In fact, I think I've still got it. Have I still got it? I have. We used to have a Bow Cartomizer, and we used to use this device here. And what you did, you put your Bow Cartomizer in the side there, and you used to screw this, and you'd pierce a hole in it.
And that was how you got your cloud.
And no, then you put a tank over the top of it. And that was the first ever tank I ever had.
God, Bennett.
But those were how it was. Whereas now you can walk into a vape shop, you get, a Caliburn, and you're vaping as good as anyone.
Well, that was the thing. I mean, I started on the Kanga box. And the Caliburn is probably, 200% better on flavour and cloud than the Kanga box ever was. And that was the day, that was supposed to be SoulOhm.
I mean, let's face it. I mean, the way the technology has gone leaps and bounds, absolute leaps and bounds. There's rarely nowadays that you get a bad device. I mean, a really bad device. It's rare.
Which makes it difficult for the reviewer, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, of course it does. I mean, even down to your pod systems now. I mean, we've got a plethora of pod systems. They all do basically the same thing. And to be fair, they're good little devices. I wished I had them when I first started vaping.
So
because they were so faff-free. All you have to do is put a pod in. If you have to fill it up, you can do. It's all like quick charging, no messing about. No, you had to be hands-on when I first started vaping.
There was no worse feeling than putting your hand in your pocket and it was wet because your tank dumped.
Yeah, dumped all its juice. Jeez. Honestly, when you used to have a Bow Cartomizer and you used to put the tank over the top of that, you wouldn't put that in your pocket. No, because if that tank moved...
Oh, don't do.
I mean, the
Jesus.
power system. I mean, the reason why you've got mechs, the original reason is because you couldn't get any power. The highest wattage I think you could get at the time when I first started vaping was something like 20 watts, if that. Because it was all based around mouth to lung. Everything was based around mouth to lung. Your juice was based around mouth to lung. Your devices were based around mouth to lung.
Now, Bill, I mean, but the thing is, Bill's just put, I wish pods had been around when I started. You had to work to maintain everything. You do, but that was the birth of the hobbyist. Because you got into the maintenance.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's the reason I got into it. I mean, as weird as it sounds, when I first started, I'd buy 3 different packets of cotton because I didn't know which cottons suited me best. You know, then I ended up with 2 packets of cotton just picking up dust, and the third one, which I invariably liked, I'd run out of.
Oh, you're guaranteed. If you bought a pack of 5 Cartomizers, you're guaranteed that probably 3 won't work.
Pretty much still like Amazon and coils.
I mean, and then I got into dripping, which is a Cartomizer with, well, it's just literally an atty. You had a little bit of mesh over the top, and it was literally the same size as a Cartomizer. And you dripped. You put about 4 drops in there and then vape. And that were it. That's all you could get in. Any more than that, you'd flood it. They were ace times. Because it was so like, the first time I met somebody else that was vaping, I was literally in York. And I was stood just before where the shambles is, where the toilets are. And I was stood there. John had nipped it low. And far corner, there were a bloke vaping. And it was so like, he saw me, I saw him. And we instantly, mate, what are you vaping on? What are you doing? And that's how it was. And that, I think, because the devices that are coming out now are as good as they are, I think that camaraderie of trying to get a better vape has died off now. I could be wrong. I mean, could be totally wrong, but that's how it feels to me.
Bridge or bridgeless drippers, and now I feel old. Sorry, Gav.
I mean, you're talking about mesh. We use mesh as a wicking material.
Or silica.
Oh, God, the old silica. Yeah, you won't burn it, though.
No. Oh, nice. Ailp's got the Vindicator kit coming. She's planning on putting QP Violator on it with a black switch. Nice. Ooh. Ooh. See, I miss these chats because it's like, where'd you get that switch from? Yeah.
I mean, the whole mech thing and the RDAs and that, like, honestly, it were ace. I mean, literally sat there in shed drilling out holes just to get some airflow.
I mean, we went down to Knucklehead, didn't we? What a day that was.
Oh, that were ace, that was.
That, if not for the Amazon reviews recital, but the just you were surrounded by like-minded people, and you spent more time looking at their setups, what they're running in it, and oils and all the rest of it. What a day that was!
I mean, I used to love the meets. I mean, we had a meet up at Scunthorpe and things like that. You know, it was actually a charity event, that was, and that were brilliant. And it was so like everybody, there were a build station and that lot, and people were building, showing you how to make blooming Claptons and all that lot, and fancy coils. It were ace. I loved all that.
Oh, here we go. The old school Genesis tanks. What love-hate thing they were.
I've got one somewhere. Somewhere in my midst of collection.
Oh, he probably has. You still got the carrot?
Yeah, I've still got the carrot. Oh, yes, I've still got the carrot.
Oh, here you go. There's the man to speak to. Evening, Mike. If you want a good mech, get the Immortal Mods Atoka.
Yeah, it is a nice mod, that. Saying that, I'm still in love with this. Me Snowcat Mods. I love this little thing.
The dynamic. I haven't seen you with the clutch.
I also like this as well.
Good lad. You not having the clutch is weird.
Yeah. Danny, I haven't spoken to Telford in donkey's years, mate. He was from last time I spoke to him, he was setting up a vape shop in a van called Vandy Vape, and then all of a sudden he just disappeared off Twitter, off everything. Just so I don't know where he is. Big fist bump, Mike. Yes, I've always got my clutch knocking around. Always.
Oh,
but I've loved this. Absolutely love it to bits. And for a mech, blooming it's like a train.
Another phrase you don't hear enough of these days.
Making me feel so old school now.
Yeah, but it is old school. It's fab. You know, I mean, I've got my mechs in my case, you know, nicely stored away from dust, and I'm looking forward to just one weekend. Just
You'd be surprised how many mech heads though are now on pods.
Well, as a daily banger, I can't fault it because I'm not one of these people that drips and drives.
No.
You know, now I found the Glaz again. Does anyone still have the Bellis V1?
No.
Blimey. Apparently, it's like Mike Tyson on steroids.
It's like a drunken hillbilly.
Oh, Bill's got one.
Ooh.
Good lad. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the thing with mechs. If you sat on the sofa watching the telly, fabulous. Brilliant. Not a problem. As soon as you try and do anything with your mech, it starts getting a bit difficult.
Like what?
So driving with your mech.
Well, it depends if you've got an RDA or a tank on it.
Well, this is it. I mean,
I've got a tank on that one.
I almost exclusively have a dripper on my mechs. So it sort of makes things a bit difficult.
Yeah. I use this because obviously I'm driving. Yeah, no worries.
I mean, I love that dripper. That dripper just, if I'm out, I've probably got that with me at some point. It was one of the reasons why.
Adam Stone's just solved your problem there, mate. Don't drip and drive. Squonk.
Oh, I hate squonking.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Oh. You know, some things you just hit.
It's just one of the... I remember when squonking was about, and it was so like exclusively expensive. It really was. If you wanted to squonk, it were expensive. You were going to buy some specialised mod. And I got the chance to squonk, and I just found it annoying. You've got one bottle, then you've got to put that bottle into another bottle to squirt it. Nah, I might as well just drip.
Oh, that's one thing I don't miss.
What, dry hits?
Dry hits.
Exactly.
Hating scrotum.
Mike, buy an easy dripper. I used to have one in the car.
I've still got one somewhere. The only thing I find is, unless you're using similar flavour profiles in it, it's a bugger to get clean.
Yeah.
Proper clean.
And also, sticking it to windscreen. If it's a warm day, it ends up going...
Oh, yeah.
when you're driving, not good.
Scott Morrison says, I've got the Aegis Legend today. Shame they never made a dual 21700.
Andy Summers says, does squonking go into room 101? Nice one, I like it.
Yes, because I always over squonk. It's not, you know, some people just seem to automatically be able to squonk. They just know that press time, and
it's a learning curve. You've got to learn what your tank's going to take.
Well, I've got big old sausage fingers and all.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I just prefer dripping. For me is it's just perfect.
Oh yeah, I prefer dripping, especially when you're in house and that lot. It's bang on.
There's something quite cathartic about it. No, I was
The
showing
only
Mark
problem with
before-
me, so like the reason why I've gone on to a tank is, especially at work, I would put some juice in, then you'd end up serving a customer and forgetting, then they'd put some more juice in, and then you've got juice everywhere.
Oh, yes. Many a wet hand gets used to squonking, I say. Now, I was showing Mark before we came on air. Just got these from Amazon. 12 bottles. Now, I'm showing my vaping age here. Anybody else remember these? Filled with
yes.
liquid. And it already had nicotine in it. How fabulous were they? I am so chuffed I've got my hands on those.
They're nice, then.
They're nice. They are nice. 17, call it 18 quid for 12. Come with 2 glass funnels. You've got your nice curved pipette on it as well. So absolutely banging for a bit of squonking action. A bit of dripping action. Squonking action. No. Wash your mouth out, Steve. So... No, wet hands. Not easy, Gav. Easy. Yeah, there's nothing worse than that dribble when you're squonking, when you realise you've over squonked, and it's just, oh.
Oh, yeah, I mean, Black Country Vape says it's been 3 years vaping on the 15th. Still just giddy as when I first started. Oh, I get giddy about it. I'm still chuffed that I'm vaping.
Give me a new mod. New mod, and I'm 5 years old again, and it's Christmas morning. I want to know how it works, what I can do with it, and the...
Do you know what I love about vaping?
Go on.
And I think I've said this 1,000 times. We're all doing the same. We're all vaping. We've got off the cigarettes. We're all doing the same, but we're all doing it different. And I love that bit about it. We're all doing the exact same thing, but we're all doing it slightly different.
That's one of the things I love about this instead of smoking. Because smoking, you pull the fag out, you light it, bump. You don't get a conversation about, how's your regal? Do you? Yeah.
How's your Mayfair?
Have you tried holding down the filter just a little bit, because you get a much better grip and it just gives you that slightly better draw? Yeah, it doesn't happen.
No, I think the only thing that resembles it slightly is probably cigars.
Oh, God, yeah.
Cigars, that's got a good following, that has.
Mr. Johnson, sir.
Boris!
Good evening. Do we stay at home, Boris? Do we?
Do we stay at home, sir? Or do we go out? Stay at home, work at home, but go to work. Stay at home.
Need to do something about that Pretty Patel, Boris.
That's the woman, isn't it? Unusual girl. So like pretty from the head, then goes. It's so like someone's took her head off someone and then put it onto someone else's body. Her head doesn't fit her body.
It's almost like somebody's taken the head off Barbie and put it on Action Man.
Yeah, because let's face it, I'm no disrespect, but it's sort of like you've got this pretty little thin face, and then all of a sudden it goes boom.
Yeah, that's all the muscles from where she's punching the crap out of people.
Because a couple of about a year ago, I saw her doing an interview and that. Like, I'm thinking, she's not bad looking, her for an MP, because normally you get them rough and ready, like, but she's not bad looking. Then she stood up and it was like, oh, okay, that's a little bit different than what I was expecting. just my comment, my own personal view. That.
Yeah, there was no need for that. I'm scarred for life. BFG getting closer to the camera. You have a fine face for radio.
Oh, definitely. Both of us got a fine face for radio.
No need. No need.
I know, I can't wait. You're on about haircuts. God. I've already done 2 COVID haircuts, and it's like, no. I've got way too much forehead for another short back and sides. Yeah, but I've got a lot of forehead anyway.
I turned into Phil Collins.
Yeah, but I mean, I could rent this space out for advertising.
Yeah.
Hip hop, evening, kiddo. Big fist bump to you. Well, we're scrolling up to that hour, kiddo.
Oh, blimey, that's gone quick.
It has, hasn't it?
And
I can floof myself tonight.
yes, Vic's not feeling too well, bless him. So Mark's going to be joining the boys over on the UK Vape Show.
Yes! I'm going to be with my little bro. Adam, my second little bro.
It's an LBV takeover, isn't it? Sorry, LSV. LBV. Where did I get LBV from? LSV.
Wow, David Fisher. Me and my wife was on 100 a day between us. After the first week, we got a new car. What we saved pays for the car each month.
I'm not far off, Dave. I was spending somewhere in the region of 130 to 140 pound a week on fags.
I was a big heavy smoker.
So vaping, ridiculous. Now I look back on it, what I was spending on the fags without even breaking a sweat, you know, I'd have a fit now. 140? No. We're staying in. Is Victor Dear Boy poorly again? He is, unfortunately, Boris.
Yes, he's not very well again. So.
Bless him. Well, I hope he gets better soon. Because I do miss Vic. It's, you know,
he's a good old lad.
If you ever get a chance to meet Vic at Expo, please do, because he's a lovely fella.
He's a nice wee fella.
He is. He's only wee. But if you've got stickers, stay the fuck away.
Oh, Black Country Vapor, bless you.
Oh, bless. It was lovely meeting Steve.
It was.
It was fab. Because that was the year we met Bo, we met Steve. Stevie Porter was running the stand.
Yeah, so he was ultra on the stand, wasn't he?
Yeah, so we got a good chat with him. And Mrs. Flatcap, it was the first year I met Mrs. Flatcap.
Yeah, we couldn't believe how big Flatcap was. God, he's a tall dude.
Gazzers.
Yeah. Is he a tall dude or what? Well, I mean, I look up at everyone, but blooming it, it was sort of like, hey, oh.
I was looking up at Gaz. Because we did a live feed from the media box on Sunday. And all of a sudden, Bo just filled the room. Mind if I join you, lads? Well, I'm not saying no. Fuck.
There's this photo of you, me, and him. And honestly, I look like a blooming 6-year-old kid compared to you lot.
Oh, hey up, I say. Sounds like you've been to Expo, mate. Black Country Mine was finding out I had a fetish for women in Lycra vaping.
I'll never forget you talking about that. I'll never forget. Me and Adam was walking around Expos, one of the first Expos me and him did together. And there was a bunch of girls that was wearing tight Lycra, but they were white. So you could see everything. They was basically walking around naked.
I say.
Went round that stall a few times, to tell you.
Oh, there we go. Now, if you've not heard the story...
Danny, I will never forget you, honestly, and never, ever. It was my first ever expo I'd been to. I'd only just started reviewing, and me and my workmate, Martin, went to expo. Martin wasn't feeling very well, so I kind of took him to one side in the outer circle of the expo. All of a sudden, this accent of wonderfulness, honestly, SoulOhm! I was like, shit. So I turned around, and all of a sudden, I saw these 3 big, hairy bikers stumping towards me. And he was like, give me a hug and everything. It was lovely. That was the first time I ever famous.
Bless. And Danny, I only recently saw some photo. By God.
He's looking well, isn't he?
He's looking so well. Incredible. Chunk, good evening.
Good evening.
Your timing's perfect, mate. We're just wrapping up.
It was, Danny. Honestly, we're awesome. It's one of them memories I will never, ever forget.
Neither will your ass, mate, because it's still twitchy.
Honestly, I shit myself. I bloody did, I tell you.
No, I mean, Expo coming back would be lovely. I don't think it will be the same as it has been previously, for obvious reasons. But, you know, let's see what happens. Enjoy it for what it is.
Yep, definitely.
Because it's the people that make it. It's not the products.
No. But we're going to have to wrap this up, kiddo, because I've got to go to the toilet and I'm on the show next.
You just want a floof. Right, so it seems self-serving for you to floof yourself. Ooh. So if you've enjoyed tonight, and I know it's not been the usual, but it's just been us catching up, and it's been lovely.
Nice. I've right enjoyed it.
Oh, so have I, actually. I can't believe how quick it's gone. It's been fun. It's been great. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. And for all those that asked the questions, it's been great reminiscing as well. You know, if you could change your Christian name, what would it be? Rock Hodgson. I like that one.
I'm quite happy with Mark.
What got me watching the last Expo show and being name checked as I was not there. I know, Bill. Cracking. Cheers, Boris. Viking, you're late.
Viking, you're very late. Fist bump back.
Colette, thank you. Right. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. It's been absolutely brilliant. The trip down memory lane, the bits and pieces. Hopefully we've got it sorted out about the buy me a coffee. Keep your eyes peeled because it will be coming. Yeah. I miss Betty, and I hope he feels better soon.
Yeah, big love, Betty.
Bless you.
Miss you.
Not the same. Got a brother from another mother. So, Mark, you're going to...
Right, I want to give you guys in chat a big shout out and say thank you very much. I have thoroughly enjoyed this show. It's been awesome. Guys, who are the spanners, thank you for looking after chat. As you do leave, if you could give it an old thumbs up, that would be absolutely awesome. And we will all catch you next week. Same channel, same time, 7:30 Thursday. And if you still like a bit more of me, you can catch me over on Vic's show in a bit. Okie dokie. So, from me and Steve, bye. Outro.
Are you supposed to swing like that? You turn the camera off?
And we're clear.